This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Look, there's no Shawnee Mac today, but instead we've got Harry Sport, Harry Fitzgerald.
Oh,
Yeah. Now,
freshly
ready to go.
returned from Melbourne.
Harry, unlike Shaun, has access to everything in the sports
So in the last week, you've been to the Brownlow and you've been to the AFL Grand Final, right?
I wasn't actually invited to the AFL Grand Final, but I was right around Fitzroy for it.
Right.
In the home of the old Fitzroy Lions, of
Yeah.
course. And Melbourne is humming. I've never been over there for a grand final.
Oh, it is amazing,
you
isn't
love
it?
a Hummer.
I love it.
For his favourite luxury vehicle.
Yes.
We went to the we actually went to a grand final breakfast on Saturday, and then we went past the G. Where,
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, we walked past the G, and we heard Kiss.
Well, that's like being there.
Yeah, we heard a little bit of Kiss.
Can I tell you, Kiss I thought was great. I really did. I thought it was just going to be sad and really one of those performances that shouldn't be happening in the daytime, like a drag queen.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that's the trouble with a lot of the AFL
Yep.
Grand Final entertainment is that because it's in broad daylight, it's like just too stark.
But they were really good. I thought they were really good. I mean, they did what they do.
Yeah.
They were
But
Kiss.
there must have been everybody. Well, Harry, you're 30. Are you mystified by Kiss? Is it an age thing?
No, I'm probably on the edge of being
Yeah.
mystified.
Oh, but
No,
I
not
don't
quite.
get Kiss either. I was never a Kiss fan. It's just that's what Kiss does.
I know,
They're
but you
larger
grew
than
up with
life.
Kiss, whereas if you're under 30, you didn't.
I do
Yeah,
love the I love the little kids, the Kiss kids. I thought that was super cute. Anyway, it was better than the NRL's bloody Tina Turner the musical stage act.
And
How embarrassing.
Well, it was certainly better than the halftime entertainment, Mark Seymour with special guest Kate Miller-Heidke. And it just was so slow. Like what should have been up and about, just like it was like an anchor dragging everybody down.
Anyway, Harry, so you walked past when Kiss was on. That must have been exciting.
Yeah, so I was pretty much there, basically, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Then we went over to Fitzroy to the Rose. This place was heaving. It is an old Fitzroy Lions pub.
Yes.
You can't move. In most pubs in Melbourne, Grand
It's
Final day,
crazy.
you cannot actually move. So I was pretty much the only good thing. I mean, I'm quite tall, so I can see every TV around the place, but you can't. You can hardly order a drink. I mean, for the prelim games, there were it was so hard to get a drink at one of the pubs. People go out. I don't want to give away their secrets, but yeah, people go out to a pub, Bottle-O around the corner, and bring beers back, and then
You have to BYO to the pub.
and then they pour it into pint glasses that they've got from the pub.
I said everyone was doing that.
Because
Yeah, a lot
otherwise
of-
you just can't get to the
Yes.
bar.
A lot of people, a lot of
Yeah,
people.
we're not
amazing.
saying it's right.
No.
We're
No,
saying
no,
it
no,
happened.
no, no. I'm not,
Isn't
not
it
saying where it
hilarious
happens.
when you used to go out and have plans like that? It was when we were at university and we first started going out clubbing. We used to always hide 2 goon bags in the hedge outside of the hippie club.
It's probably still some there, Nathan.
you would go out and you'd always run up there and you put your head in the hedge and then just have a little bit of a sip and then hop back in there.
Hey, Harry, the match is one thing, but you were in the thick of the Collingwood celebrations afterwards. What was that like? Because they're feral and they're happy feral.
We made our way over to Richmond after being in Fitzroy, and on Swan Street, the road was blocked off by all the police, and there was thousands of people around the street, all surrounding literally a Collingwood bandwagon, like a van.
Like an actual bandwagon.
Yes, it's an actual bandwagon.
20 people on the top. It's slowly cruising down.
Were you one of those
Well,
people
I
at one
thought,
stage?
you know what? I had my pie scarf on. I've been getting around them this year, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
But,
So what'd you do? Rip out 10 teeth and jump in and join them?
I jumped on the bandwagon for sure. I thought, hey, why not? My pies. I've been supporting since day dot.
Yeah, of this year.
I had to, of this year.
You know what?
I had to get around them.
I've never really known about the physical bandwagon. Is it law do you have to put the seatbelt on when you're on a bandwagon?
Well, it started moving once I got on, and, the cops are pretty much ripping the driver out. Going, no, don't
driving.
move. Do not move the
Because there's crowd
bus.
everywhere, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
the potential for somebody to fall off or get run over was pretty high.
Yeah, well, 100%. Then we, got out of there.
Can I just talk about one of Harry's experiences while he was over there? And Harry, this was when you were at a bar and what you saw in a bar that was puzzling to you and to me as well. I'm just like, I don't get it.
Let me set the scene. 10 o'clock in Fitzroy, Saturday night. The week before, sorry. Someone is in the bar, in a dark bar. It's candlelit. Candlelit, basically.
Yeah.
Just reading a book. See,
Was this a Brunswick Street bar?
Yeah, around that area.
That is
around
kind
that
of
area.
Vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're so hipster.
that's fine.
Even if they can't see it, they
That's
just be
fine.
going, I'm just going to sit here and look like I'm reading a book.
Leave your bull crap at home.
It was almost attention-seeking. A few weeks back in Philadelphia, I saw someone reading a book in a beer garden, like a heaving beer garden.
People
What's
that
going
read
on?
It's just a
books
really good book.
need to check themselves. They really do.
There it is. I mean, I'll allow it to happen on this one occasionally.
You know what?
hurts. It hurts a lot.
For a team that everybody despises, it is quite a fun little
Catchy
song,
tune.
isn't it?
Well, a very prominent Collingwood Football Club fan. I can't even spit it out. Matt Preston. Hello, Presto.
Hi, darlings. How are you both? You've been as good and happy as I am, as broken as I am, as cried out as I am.
It's an emotional time.
It always puzzles me, you being a Collingwood fan, because you are one of the fanciest of the men.
Yes,
with
you would think Melbourne. That seems to be the natural alignment. You know what I mean? They're the fancy Range Rover driving fans.
I don't think that you own an outfit that hasn't been personally tailored or built from scratch for you. So it just flies in the face of Collingwood.
You have to understand, as I discovered when I went with my father-in-law, before I married his daughter, he took me to the football and he said, I'm taking you to the chandelier room at Victoria Park last time. I thought, oh, that sounds fancy, I thought. And I'm there with all his mates, and they're all lawyers and surgeons, and they got their tweed jackets on, and they take me to this fly-spattered, neon-lit bar underneath the grandstand. Hands only. All the empties from the grandstand will be emptied into a giant wheelie bin next to the bar. And I walk in, he points up to the neon light, and he goes, chandelier.
The chandelier.
So automatically that appeals to me. Then we walk across the pub, opposite this old Victoria Park.
Yeah.
Walk across the pub, and his best friend who he's with, all these guys keep coming up. They got no tea. They buy him beers. They just keep coming and saying, thanks a lot for getting me off, Gov. Thanks a lot for getting me off. And so you've got to understand that Collingwood might have some rough heads in there.
But they also need a defence lawyer.
That's right, exactly.
and the doctor's in there because he's like, stitched them all up after their bar fights, obviously.
Someone's going to do the dentist going to do the teeth. Yeah, it's a very broad church, the Collingwood Football Club. That's why they've got 104,000 members. And it was the game that There were. I don't want to say anything about posters on this, but there were all these omens going on around Melbourne. People were ringing me and saying, "I've seen a black. I came out of my house today. Black apes of spades on my front doorstep. A magpie walked into my house.
Yeah, it's magpie swooping season.
Right.
That's just spring.
No. These weren't swoopers. These were magpies just appearing and saying hello.
Yeah.
It was like
Matt, I got the newspaper this morning. You should see the colours of it. It's black and white.
Oh my
It's
God.
insane. It's insane.
I know. Exactly. I went to see the Pandas. They were black and white as well.
What are the odds?
Must have been a sign.
So you were there at the game. Talk us through what it was like for you.
Well, I'd done a live radio show. I just do a show for the ABC now. Yeah. So I had this brilliant warm-up of I was doing a show with Bianca Chatfield, the netballer legend, who is a Collingwood fan. I've loaded the show with Nick Maxwell, the last Premiership captain to lift the cup. Barry Cassidy, who's their 40-year member at Collingwood. Peter Moore comes on, Darcy's dad as well. So I'm geared up. All the fans are there. I've got my fancy black and white striped pants on. I'm doing photos with them out there. That's exciting. I then get the woman I love. We walk in with our tickets. We're so excited.
Does your wife know?
3 months ago. 3 months ago at a charity event. Walk in. We're like behind the goals. Only we're not in the behind the goals with all the black and white people in. We are in the middle of about 2,000 Lions supporters.
Oh,
no!
Matt.
Did you slip your little black and white pants off?
No. They suddenly turned 3-colour, not 2. No. They were charming. I've learned the Lions fans are as annoying as Collingwood fans. They all believe that every decision has gone the wrong way and it should be theirs. They scream ball loudly. They believe Nick Dacos is a protected species. But it adds a certain amount of... Because it was such a great seesawing game, you can imagine every time they score, they're up. Every time we score, a handful of Pies fans there get up, and of course, in the end, who would have thunk it? But we won. There was always a prediction if it stayed close that we'd get over the line, and it did, and we did. And having had that pain of the last game when West Coast did that thing the other way around,
still magical. Still magical.
But, that moment at half-time, and you could feel it. Every Collingwood fan felt it slipping away for the whole of that second half. We knew you were going to win.
Oh.
This time, it was only really until 4 minutes from the end that we went, okay, maybe we've got this. And then it was beautiful, and my son was with us, my wife was there, lots of my mates were there. We ended up in one of there's a late-night bar that no one knows about at the MCG. We stay until 8:30 at night and drink beer. So we all went up there, and when we came out, all the players, the stadium's empty, no one there. There's maybe about 100 of us left, and the players are out on the ground. So we just waited.
Oh, you were still there during that?
Yeah,
okay,
that's
great.
gorgeous. Yeah.
I really love that because you know what? If that was us winning a grand final, we would have gone 5 minutes afterwards.
Yes.
To show that they're all there and having a great time and really creating a personal
and soaking
memory.
it in. Yeah.
I want to know, what did you think about Darcy Moore and his dad on stage presenting the cup to him? What a special moment for father and son.
Yeah, look, I think that combination. Those two stories, the Darcy Moore story, well, there's three stories, aren't there? The Darcy Moore, Peter Moore story is fantastic. We had Pete Dacos on the week before, and he told us how, after the game, that GWS game for me finally going up to Nick, this is here. Even when you sat in the stands when you were a kid with me, and we said one day this could be you, and now it's going to be you. So that's very special. Yeah. And of course the whole Bobby Hill story.
Yes. Well, he's a West Australian boy. He's one of ours.
He's absolutely, and that's an amazing kind of comeback story. And I don't think anyone could be happier for him, whether you're a fan. I think that's been the strange thing. It's a very strange thing this season, especially when you do a radio show in Melbourne where Collingwood is, the most hated team. But it's this sense that someone put it beautifully to me the other day. They went, the thing is, right, we all quite like Collingwood as a football team now. Still hate the fans, though.
Still hate the fans, though.
I think that's kind of where it's gone. They do play a good brand of football, and it was great to watch them.
Yeah, they clearly were the best team this season. They finished the regular season on top. They were a deserved winner. It still just doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what would have been worse Imagine Melbourne winning again, or Richmond winning again. Collingwood fans are still humble about it now. If we win again, we'll be awful. So let's go into it in a row.
So one and done. Yeah.
Yeah, one and done is good. There's nothing worse than fans when they get cocky. But no, it was a very special day, and what it is. You do have those moments where you think, gee, this is something as fans we don't get to see in it. I've got to say, I've got a great mate as a Gilda fan. And I thought, wow, this is
yes.
this is so long for you. I really hope you get up.
Yeah.
You get up to him because we have a tournament that's supposed to be level, so everyone wins at some point. That's why the draft's there. It obviously doesn't happen, and it's a pity because everyone should feel that feeling at least once in their life.
It is magical.
There you go,
it is magical.
Matt Preston, remember, he chose Collingwood, fully aware of what was happening.
Yeah, I do.
Love
Back
your
in the
work,
day,
Presto.
and he's never let
Come
go.
visit us again soon. We haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah, no, I'll be able. Hope you later on this year. Lovely talking to you both.
Awesome.
Love you.
Matt Preston.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.